We should have a step aerobics one. That would be fun. Jackie.
Oh my God, it's so funny. So Marcia, I think I told you about this, but I used to teach step aerobics like way back in the days at what they call like a fat farm. I literally worked at like a canyon ranch as a personal trainer. And literally I ran a marathon. It was the very first Disney marathon. And the next day I came back and I had to teach a step aerobics class, but I slayed it. I did like all these different dance moves on there. Like I was like the step aerobics queen, seriously, in my mind. But then like years later, I hadn't taken a step class in years. And I took it, girl, I was like tripping all over the step. I'm like, how the hell did I used to teach this? I looked like I had never done a step aerobics class before. It was the funniest thing ever in America. It was comical.
I mean, I was definitely 2 left feet, and when people were going right, I was going left. I did not know my right from the left. I was so slow, and I'm like, how are they doing this so fast with ease? So, but what I do think it's good for someone like me who has no coordination, no balance. I've always been like that, ironically. I'm very clumsy, but it does help with your coordination, your balance, and your eye-hand and eye-foot coordination. So it's really good for the brain to do these things, not just on a cardiovascular level, but also on a neuro level with your brain. So I think it's super important. I love that kind of stuff. Even like catching a ball, like you're like, you have to think of your brain. It's the hand, eye, brain coordination. Same thing when you dance or do your feet. It's the same situation. So we should get that sometime in there. Like meditation's good, is great for your brain.
Yes.
So there's so many great components to an exercise program that we've incorporated in the PCL, the Plantrix Lifestyle, and we're only bringing you more and more and more. So we started like as a group and we launched it with Fit to Feast. We're almost over. We have another one coming up, so stay tuned for that. We'll wait to announce that.
We're announcing it on Black Friday.
We are announcing it on Black Friday. So hang in there if you're doing Fit to Feast. Congratulations, you got a couple more days. I hope you do the bonus day on Wednesday, and then Thursday, try to do some type of activity. I'm still going to get workout, even if it's Peloton
Yes.
or walk outside. I'm hoping the weather will be nice in Dallas to walk outside because it's really been cold lately. So too cold for me to go walking outside. So I'm either Pelotoning or going to the gym in general. So just FYI, hang in there. So with that being said, let's go for our Black Friday deals, Jackie.
Perfect. So our first Black Friday deal literally is joining our Plantrix Lifestyle and getting in on it. And before we do this, or as we're doing this, we want you guys to be writing in your goals. What are your goals this week? So write them in, say hi when you pop on here so we can say hi back, so we can call you out, give you some shout outs. But literally, Plantrix Lifestyle, Marcia and I are going to be doing different challenges all year long. So you're never going to get bored. And just like Marcia said, we are constantly adding in new workouts. We also want you to comment, like, what are some of your favorite kinds of exercises to do? Write them in the comments. Let us see them so we can start bringing even more of those into our Plantrix Lifestyle.
Yes, for sure. So after the Plantrix Lifestyle, we actually have the Prolon mimicking diet. So you guys know we love Prolon. So if you need like just a quick little, I need to reel myself back in. I always call it a nutritional intervention. Some of you want to get prepared for the holidays. Some of you want to do it after the holidays, whatever time is the only time for you to do it is a good time, right? Because people always like, when's the best time should I fast? Because Prolon's a 5-day food fast, not like you're fasting with water. But we're always like, whenever you'll do it. Well, you need to commit to 5 days. There's a couple days prepping up to it and after that matter as well. But if you have a good 10 to 12 days to commit for, the cleaning, eating, like prepping for Prolon, doing Prolon for 5 days, and then ending Prolon, you're going to be golden. So we usually like to kick off in January. We just like to do Prolon. So they're having an amazing deal right now. And our code is, Jackie, is it Plantrix or Plantrix 10?
10, Plantrix 10.
Plantrix 10. Sorry, we have different codes of different people, and sometimes they're Plantrix,
so confusing.
Plantrix 10. So Plantrix 10, they already have an amazing offer for Black Friday. Here's the deal. Get the thing now with our code for additional money off. You guys want to save money, save it till after the holidays, maybe January when you want to do it. It's worth it to get it right now because it's going to go up during, obviously, the holidays. So Black Friday is one of the best time of the year to get Prolon. Last year, people stocked up. They got 2 and 3. I actually have a few in my cabinet I need to do, but I'm definitely waiting. until January to do it, I am all about Prolon.
All about Prolon. And you guys, so we're talking about working out, like, and then we're gonna feast on Thanksgiving. And some of us might eat a little bit more than during the holidays than what we intended to. Life happens, it happens, it's totally cool. And Prolon is a really, really good way to like get you back on track. And I have to tell you, Prolon, I've got the biggest sweet tooth. Like sometimes I could just eat dessert for dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, every snack, everything. But literally Prolon is the only thing that nipped my sweet bud in the chops. Like literally it was so effective. And personally, like I don't get super, super hungry when I do it. I get a little bit hungry, but it's totally manageable, totally doable. And it's only 5 days. So you're eating all day long. You're actually eating like 5 or 6 meals. And it is a lot of fun to do it with a group. So like Marcia said, I think we're going to be looking at doing one in January. I was actually contemplating, I'm like, it's been a hot minute since I've done it. And I was contemplating maybe, do I do it in December or like sometime now during the holidays? Or should I just wait until January when all of us are going to do it, like the first week in January, first full week maybe, or both? I'm like, So I'm trying to decide. Comment, let me know. Should I do it in the holidays, January, or both? So comment and let me know, because whatever you guys tell me here, I'll do. So stay tuned. And
Jackie, you're gonna have to be held. They're all gonna write tomorrow.
Exactly.
You're gonna do it over You have to do it over Thanksgiving.
Definitely not over Thanksgiving. I'd have to do it in between those holidays.
Here's the thing: you can do it. You can do it for consecutive months, right? They were saying like you could do it for 3 to 4 months in a row. Now we're saying 1 5-day fast at a certain time of the month that you do. Just make sure there's 4 weeks apart in between them. That way you give a little bit of time. Because when I was saying I did 3 fasts in a row, 4 fasts in a row, people thought I did it each week. And I'm like, no, my friend. You do 5 days of the fast and then rest of the month, do your normal nutrition. And then next month do the 5 days, like right on your calendar, like put it, if you're really trying to do it.
Yes.
This is a great thing too with Prolon. You can do 4 in a row, like 4 months. Think about 4 months in a row. And when you're not fasting, you're back to your normal diet. But if you get the subscription for the 4 months or 3 months, I can't remember, I think you have an option of 3 or 4 months, you will actually get even a lower discount. It's really discounted, plus the Plant Chicks 10. It's like the lowest. So
the lowest it'll be, it's like $160 something because it's $84 off of a kit, plus our 10% off when you use our link and our code PlantChicks10. And I'm posting all of this while you're talking, Marcia. I'm posting it in the comments. So you guys have the links right there. And for those of you who have extra inflammation that you want to lose, you probably want to do like 3 to 4 months back to back to back to back. So like January, February, March, April, or if you want to do December, like after Thanksgiving, before Christmas and Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate, December, January, February, March, you could do all 3 of those or 4 of those. And literally people can keep off like 5-10% of their body weight, which is incredible. It just like tightens everything up. And it's a really good way to like refocus and recenter yourself. And it's a perfect addition. It's a perfect complement to our Plant Chicks lifestyle. Fits in perfectly.
Yes. And then also on a note on the Prolon thing, there's actually a 1-day fast. So if you want to try the Prolon 1 day, that's just to see if you like it, how your body responds to it. I would suggest that. So just try that before you make your decision. But I promise you, if you do it, you'll love it. Like, it's almost like you're like, just to commit to 5 days of discipline, like what's 5 days of your life? It really is truly nothing, right? Because back in the day, they used to say 21 days to create a habit. It's actually 66 days with real research and real science. It takes 66 days to make a habit. So think about it. If you're trying to get a healthy lifestyle, it's not overnight. It's not going to be a 1-day fast. It's not going to be a 5-day fast. It is going to be the Plant Chicks lifestyle. So you need to join our program, get signed up, because you're looking for that community that will cheer you on, whether you do one of our programs, one of our like one of the, I would say, people that we collaborate, like Prolon, if you're doing that and you want someone to cheer you on, our group is amazing at cheering women on. That's what we do. So listen, it's a lifestyle. It's not going to happen overnight, and it's very, very slow. So with that being said, check out Prolon, enter Plant Chicks 10 for an extra added discount. The next one we have on our list, and what we're reading right now, you guys can go to plantchicks.com, look at our blog, sign up to get our email list. These, with everything that we're mentioning, our code and all the discounts are on our blog, and why. You get to read a little bit more into it. Jackie,
I put our link to the blog, or to this blog, in the comments.
Yes, awesome. Thank you, Jackie. She made this amazing list for you guys. It's the Nutri Milk is the next one. So Nutri Milk is the one-stop shop machine. It's a food processor. It makes ice cream. It's like a Vitamix / nut milk maker all in one. And if I wouldn't have purchased my Vitamix, because I still use my Vitamix, I would have just bought the Nutri Milk because it has 2 giant settings, like these, what do you call those things? Attachments. Yeah, not really settings, but they have settings. These 2 attachments, one's for the nut milk maker, one's more the food processor that you can use for like a Vitamix that makes ice creams, dips, and soups and all that kind of stuff. But it's an amazing machine. And right now they have a special where you can get $100 off, which is amazing.
And that's happening now through, and all the dates, like how long these special, or these Black Friday specials are available, are listed on the blog. Both Nutri Milk and Prolon, everything, these are all good through like November 29th or 30th, but check the blog to see. Nutri Milk, you've got to get this before November 29th. And you guys, this is perfect for you guys if you are looking to upgrade your blender, food processor, like any kitchen appliance. Like Marcia said, this is an all-in-one. And one of the nice things that I love about the Nutri Milk is you have very little to no food waste, because a lot of times when you make your nut milks with I've got a blend tech, Marcia has a Vitamix. If you would make it with those, like almonds, if I would make almond milk with the skins, you have to like get a cheesecloth, strain it. You've got all this food waste, or you can dehydrate it or do stuff that I don't do. But it's just all kinds of craziness. But literally with the Nutri Milk, you've got no food waste. It like uses every little morsel. And the nut butters, Marcia, tell your story, your nut butter story, how you almost killed your Vitamix a couple times.
Yeah, so I was trying to make nut butter. I didn't realize with Nutri Milk, with the Vitamix, you have to soak your nuts and to make them soft. And if you don't soak them and you try to make nut butter, you can actually burn out the engine. There's been a couple times, even when I soaked the nuts and I put it in there with water, it almost burned out my engine. And I'm not kidding you. I was trying to make cashew butter, and there was another nut butter I was trying to make. I think it was pecan butter for the holidays. Y'all, do not try to do that. So with the Nutri Milk, you can actually use the nuts not soaked, right? So you can do either way. They said either way, and it just has different types of settings. If you soaked them, put it on this setting. If you didn't soak them, put them on this setting. So just FYI, it made it so much easier. I'm not much of a soaker. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I know that they say it helps with enzyme inhibitors, that kind of thing. But let's get real, not all of us are doing that all the time. Like if I have the time, maybe I'll soak it overnight, like cashew milk. I kind of have a routine, but when it comes to making pecan butter or whatever, I'm not soaking anything from pecan butter. So I just literally like throw it in there, and it makes this beautiful, delicious pecan butter. And pecan butter, you guys, if you had it with some cinnamon, a little maple syrup, it is so delicious. A little bit of sea salt to bring out the taste. Delicious. But with that being said, you can make hummus, any kind of dips. You can make ice cream. You can make anything that blends, like anything your Vitamix can do, it can do better. Just FYI.
Erica said that happened to her in NutriBullet when she was trying to make stuff with her NutriBullet. It like crammed it up. Girl, you might need a Nutri Milk.
Yes, you need a Nutri Milk. Yeah, Nutri Milk is one of those things that it's at first like, how the heck do I work this? And they give you a recipe book. We have recipe books too in our Plant Chicks plates. We have in our plant plates, we actually have recipes in there if you want to know how to make them. We have like energy balls you can make. We make those in the Nutri Milk. The Nutri Milk food processor part of it, because there's a milk part of it and there's a food processor part, 2 attachments. You guys, it is so worth it. It may seem a little pricey, I would say ahead of time, but I will tell you this. A Nutri Milk is less expensive than my Vitamix. When I bought my Vitamix, Jackie was with me. I was in Austin now, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. It literally, I could not see back in the day I was going to spend that much money on a Vitamix. I was buying blenders and blowing through them. This high process blenders from Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, I went through Ninjas. I went through every name brand of blender. I have blown the freaking engine. So the Vitamix has been amazing, which I almost blew the engine too. He's interrupting me. They're actually doing the
Mommy's on a live, Rocky.
Well, the guy is actually doing the lawn, and he's like,
He's
okay,
protecting Mama.
yeah, I know. So with that being said, I know it's kind of crazy, but the Nutri Milk is amazing because listen, it's actually less expensive than the Vitamix. I paid $700 or $800, I'm not kidding you, for my Vitamix. And I didn't want to tell my husband that I made such a big purchase for a blender. I thought, oh my God, he's going to kill me. So I actually basically kind of like a white lie. And they charged my credit card. I got the monthly payments, so he wouldn't know. And they charged it like $117 a month. And then, the first couple months, my husband's like, no, that's interesting. Like he thought I bought a blender, right? But after month 3, he's like, hey, we're being charged a recurring charge of this Vitamix for $117. I was like, yeah, about that. I just bought a $700 blender, but it's like the Ferrari of blenders. And my husband's like, what? And I'm like, I know, I wanted to avoid that kind of conversation, but I have to say I've had it for, it's still has done me well. But the Nutri Milk we discovered was last year, a year and a half ago, maybe
Year and a half.
Yeah, about a year and a half.
I've started seed before that a couple of years ago, but it was like a year and a half that we really started getting into it.
Yes, it actually does everything the Vitamix does, but better, and it's actually less expensive. So, and you get $100 off. It's cheaper than the Vitamix. So if you're wavering on that, or maybe you're like myself. I mean, Jackie and I both have high-powered blenders. She's a blend tech, I have a Vitamix, which is pretty comparable, but we still have the Nutri Milk as well. So, I mean, I love that sucker. It's worth
And these
the money.
are kitchen appliances that get used. These are not like just cool kitchen appliances to have that collect dust. We actually use our Nutri Milk, Vitamix Blend Tech, Instant Pot. It's all in our Plant Chicks pantry, you guys, that you have in our Plant Chicks lifestyle. So another reason to get our lifestyle. But literally, the Nutri Milk, you will use it if you're making any of our plant blenders or plant plates.
Agreed. Okay, so next on, Jackie, let's talk about hacking our metabolism, Lumen.
With Lumen, this is a thing that I always do, and Marcia is always like, she's not vaping, she's doing Lumen. So, all right, I have to be honest with you. I have a love-hate relationship with this bad boy. And the only reason I've got a love-hate relationship with it is because I still have not hacked my metabolism enough to wake up to a 1. But Marcia, you woke up to a 1 today. But before we say that, let's say what these ones are. So, okay, first of all, it's like a metabolic cart, which is in your pocket, which is unheard of. Usually people, when they go into the hospital, they can have their metabolism checked to see if they're burning fats or carbohydrates, because that's what we use for energy sources. But now you've got like a metabolic cart in your pocket, and you can tweak your lifestyle with your workouts. Like maybe you need to do more HIIT workouts to get into fat burn, or maybe you need to do some more intense workouts, or maybe some just like a longer duration at a lower level impact or exercise to get into fat burn. But the goal is to try and wake up in fat burn, maybe even do like a little bit of fasted cardio in the morning, so you're really burning even more fat stores and like just fine tuning your body, right? You can also hack it with the foods that you eat. So when you do this, you set it up. So it comes with this device, and then you also download this app. And for Black Friday, and this special is happening right now, it's a lot of fun. So on the Fat Burn Pack, what you do is you get $40 off, and then you use our code PLANTCHICK, and you get an extra 10% off. So it's a really, really good deal now. but it's kind of fun because you put in here, you put in your weight, you put in everything, you have your food preferences in there, because in Lumen, it tells you, like, it gives you a nutrition plan, and you can put in here plant-based, like you don't eat dairy, you don't eat gluten, whatever you don't eat, you put in here, and different recipes pop up. I've been trying to follow some of the recipes, which is way cool. And a lot of times they do fit in very nicely with plant plates. If it doesn't really fit a plant plate, then I edit this recipe to make it still the same macros that it's requesting, but I make it so it's a plant plate and it fits our lifestyle and everything. But like right here, it takes 2 weeks to start getting what your metabolism is like. So we're on our 6th week actually, and I was waking up a lot in a 5. So that was horrible. That's like all carbs. So I was like really kind of trying to hack everything. And the goal is to wake up in a 1 or a 2. Blue is one that Marcia got today.
First one. It's the first one. I'm not even kidding you. I'm blowing a 2 or 3. I don't know. 4's been the average of mine too. And when I was looking and counting them, between 4s and 3s, I get a lot of. And, so a 1 is fat burning. You're burning mostly fat. 2 is fat and carbs. 3 is equal fat and carbs. A 4 is mainly carbs. And then 5 is definitely carbs. So you want to wake up in a fat burning mode, not in a carb burning mode, right? At night, last time you had your meal, till the time you wake up, because it could be 7 o'clock at night till, I don't know, 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning. It depends on, what your thing is. It could be 8 to 12 hour fast, right? It depends on the person when you've eaten. But basically you want to be in fat burning mode. That's actually more efficient, they say. And so it's kind of interesting. A lot of people are doing, like we did this. I was so excited to do a blue, but I did an experiment last night. So I was doing my own nutrition at first to kind of see where I was at to get a base. And then 1 week I was doing their nutrition from their guidance. And which one was it? This week right here was their nutrition. And I missed 2 days and I blew a 4 on one of them. And then mine last week was this. This was mine, right? It doesn't surprise me that I blew a 5 on the night when I woke up that next morning on Sunday, because I literally had a healthy meal. For my husband's dinner, I had cauliflower steak and asparagus and mushrooms. Amazing. But I had 2 cocktails, and then I had some birthday cake. And literally, I knew that was all just sugar. So when I woke up, I literally was like, I'm blowing a 5. So there was no way around it. Blowing a 5. We didn't go to bed till 11:30 or 12. My normal to wake up every day is like 6 to 6:30, depending on my schedule. But I slept in, quote unquote. It was 7:11 when I woke up. That was my natural sleeping time. And then I thought, okay, since I'm up, I'm going to blow into it. So think about it. It only been maybe 8 hours since I eaten that stuff, and I blew a 5. I'm like, no. So yesterday, I ate all super clean. I had a smoothie for breakfast. I had a salad for lunch. And then last night I was looking at their stuff. I decided to do one of their higher plant-based protein meals. And I had tofu, I had peas, and some avocado. I would say there's no carbs because plant-based food has carbohydrates in it, but less carbs than I normally do at night. Like I skipped the potatoes and I added a little bit more avocado, and then had tofu. It had a little more of like a little scramble, and I blew a 1. So I don't think the extra carbohydrates like potatoes might be good for me at night if I want to stay like in a 1, like in a fat burning mode. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to do their nutrition plan this week, or similar to it, on the lines of that, to listen to it, to see how it plays out on the blowing. And people was like, well, what are you blowing? Like they think it's like an alcohol test, like blowing alcohol. It's so funny. And I'm like, no. It's measuring your metabolic health through CO2. So you actually have to breathe in and breathe out. So they want you to breathe in is 15 seconds.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Sorry, it's not 15. It's 15 seconds in between. 10 seconds, and then breathing out as well, because they're measuring your carbon dioxide. Is what they're doing.
And it literally guides you. Like for the breath, you inhale and it shows you, it has this little circle and it gets bigger. And then when you're done, it's like, okay, hold your breath for like 10 or 12 seconds, whatever it is. And then it tells you to exhale. And again, you watch this little circle. Like what they've done in the app is really, really cool. I actually really like it.
Yes. And then they actually, if you're kind of like confused on like, what should I eat? You're looking for, and I did put those plant-based. They actually have these, can't my ring lights there, sorry. These meals that you could look for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's not even moving. Here we go. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And then you can pick basically what meals, like it says right here, this is breakfast. You might have tempeh, sweet potatoes, baked potato. So
Lots
I mean,
of good options.
lots of good options. So this scrambled tofu with peas and spinach, where you can see it, that's what I had last night. And I had avocado. So I was just like, okay, I'll try it. They do, I will say, just coming from someone who's whole food plant-based and keep along the lines of that, they do have like tempeh and seitan. Those are more, I would say, the faux meats. I mean, they're not terrible, but again, I don't like to add all that stuff every single day. So a lot of people rely on those kind of meats. Rely more on beans, and you can do tofu. Tofu is, I would say, a little bit different because seitan is more like wheat meat. Just FYI, some people.
It's wheat gluten for sure. So especially if you've got a gluten sensitivity, you don't want to do it at all.
Yeah, so just FYI, just be careful on some of these because if it asked for some tempeh or seitan, I actually replaced it with either tofu or beans. I just was like, those are my two go-tos. But again, I don't do tofu every single day. That's just my own personal preference. I do it a couple times a week. I try to stick to more beans. I mean, to be quite honest, any type of beans is good. So just FYI. And I switch between lentils, black beans, chickpeas, just really put a variety of beans in there for sure. And if it's breakfast, I usually do either no protein powder or sometimes I will add it to my smoothies, but it's not all the time. So just because I still think it's processed at the end of the day. So it's my own personal opinion.
100% agree. 100%.
Yeah. But they do have great stuff to choose from. If you're at a loss of what to eat, you can check out Plant Chicks Lifestyle and join that because we do have a thing called plant plates, and we actually show you what foods are proteins that you can pick from. So there's a protein here, you sub it out. And then we have the carbohydrates and we have our fats. We actually label them out. How do we put it on the plate? And some of them are similar to this. They just give you visual of the foods. Ours is more the diagram and it's explanation. So if you don't have the plant plates, like I said, join PCL today to get those plant plates because those are a great tool for you to use for guidance. All my competitors or fitness competitors use that because people are like, am I going to get enough protein? Look at my fitness competitors. They're ripped, they're shredded, they have muscle, they have six pack. Yes, they're getting enough protein. Yes. Just FYI.
Yes. So I just want to add one more thing with Lumen. So one of the things that I've noticed, you guys have heard me talk about this a ton. Like I'm really into like the circadian fasting. I want to try and eat when it's light out. When it starts getting dark, I want to try and not eat because that's just, it's good for your circadian rhythm and it's supposed to be really good for your body. But one of the things that I'm noticing with me is it's not because of Lumen. Lumen is telling me. So I'm being a little bit more flexible on my timing of eating in the evening and allowing myself to eat a little bit later than what I normally do. Because when I stop eating around 5 or 6, I end up waking up with a higher number, and that can be a stress response. So it can trigger my body and make me go into more carbohydrate burn. So I'm starting to eat a little bit later, like maybe 7:30 is when I'm done eating. And it's been working out nicely. Like the past 3 days, I woke up with a 3. And Saturday night, I went to a party. I ate a lot that night. I mean, I was like picking and stuff, but I literally was done eating at 11 p.m., which was super late. But I woke up to a 3 the next morning on Sunday, which I was surprised about. And then this morning I woke up to a 2. And I think my last meal, I think I was done around like 6 or 6:30 last night. So I'm learning that my body doesn't necessarily need to be done eating as early as what I was trying to do. And I'm noticing a difference. Like I'm seeing that I'm waking up with burning more fat. So that's been one of my big ahas. But you guys have to stay close to us with this Lumen because Marcia and I are still figuring it out.
Learning it.
Yeah. So as we'll walk you through and we'll keep you guys posted, but it's been a really cool tool. I actually really like having this. in my
Yeah,
like health
it's a great
toolkit
addition
for biohacking.
Yeah, it's a great addition for accountability. So know that some people like apps, like to log all their food in. Jackie and I are not about logging all the food in. We kind of know what food to eat. It's all about how can we kind of, like, what's the term they use? Biohack, optimize our
Biohacking,
body. Yeah, how to optimize our body, so to speak. And this is a tool to optimize our body. You know what I mean? We've seen people in the Lumen group who, after that you get it, you can join, they have a group, and people have all kinds of questions. And it's really good to learn from these questions. And some of them you're just like, wow, I didn't know that. I realized it because I'm like, what's a flex score? And Jackie's like, oh, it's this. And she already knew that ahead of me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Because they send out like all kinds of emails, and there's also like little tips and everything that are in the app. So literally, I really like what they're doing in here. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's just another tool in the tool belt for accountability. And again, it really pairs well with our plant plates. So you can use our plant plates program along with the Lumen and pair those two together. So remember, we watch people in the group of Lumen actually lose weight because now they're being accountable. I just want to optimize. I'm not here to lose weight, because somebody asked me, like, oh, wow, you're trying to lose weight? Like, I put on burning fat. And I said, no. I am trying to recomposition my body. I want more lean muscle mass than body fat. So for instance, I'm 143 pounds. I want 143 pounds of lean muscle mass. So it's not going to be 100% lean muscle mass. Part of that, the majority of that, I want to be lean muscle mass. The other part, you're going to have healthy fat for normal purposes for function in life and hair, skin, and
your organs, keeping you warm. We need fat.
Yes, you need fat for sure. I'm not in competitor mode. That's why my competitors are always freezing. They're like, oh my God, I'm so cold. It's because they have low body, and that's not their realistic bodies. We're talking about realistic body, everyday body here. You need some healthy fat. So we've seen people lose weight on Lumen. It keeps accountable with the lifestyle that they're on. And it really works well with plant-based lifestyle. If you're keto, if you're regular, like whatever nutrition that you eat, it actually does work with each type of nutritional lifestyle. So don't just think it's just for plant-based. No, some of our plant chicks here aren't fully plant-based, and that's fine. Know that you could still work with Lumen along with our plant plates to optimize your body. So
yes. And speaking of biohacking, our next item on our Healthy Black Friday deals is the Aura Ring. Marcia, we only have 3 of these. So if you want to get this really amazing deal, then you need to hop on it, because these are going to fly off like very, very quickly. But talk about the Aura Ring. I've talked about it a lot on the lives before, but just like a quick breakdown.
Okay, so the Aura Ring actually tracks your sleep. It lets you know the different cycles of sleep you're in. If you're sleeping, it gives you like the sleep score, and you learn about your sleep, and it will give you tips and tricks on how to fix your sleep, just like the Lumen on biohacking, like when you got to eat and all that stuff. It does the same thing with sleep. And I was like, for the past year and a half, I've kind of been getting crappy sleep, and I thought it was my hormones, and it turns out my hormones are fine. It's probably other stressors in my life. You guys, I had COVID and I moved, and it's just all kinds of other stuff, and then just running a business can be stressful in itself. So it's like all the above, like even common day stressors can have an effect on your sleep, right? And sleepers are number one, and our Plantrix lifestyle is number one. You have to optimize your body. If you want to burn fat, you want to build muscle, you want to think, you want to balance your hormones, you need sleep. This is where it's at. And so basically you put this ring on and you go to sleep. You wake up the next day and you look at the app, and it lets you know how restful your sleep was, your heart rate, if it was high, like super high or super low. And it literally tells you when you wake up, your REM sleep, everything, and then what you need to work on. And I have noticed this, when I'm normal every day working to optimize my body, no treat meals, no sugar, no alcohol, none of that kind of stuff, my everyday normal living, it's pretty, I would say pretty good, pretty decent. It's about 7 hours is my usual sleep, 7 hours and 30. I've never hit 8 hours of sleep. I think maybe one time. I'm not much of an 8-hour sleeper, apparently, even though I think I would like to be. I'm more of a 7 to 7.5. My bad nights are like between 4 and 5. It's not good. But with that being said, I have noticed, because they get also, just like Lumen, it learns your patterns and your sleep patterns, and let you know, hey, you went to bed at this time. Why don't you try to go to bed 30 minutes earlier tonight? Like, I love the little reminders. Yeah, and And when I learned, like, one time I drank, and this is my very first time I had the ring, I'm like, ooh, I wonder what it's going to be like, right? I'm not even kidding you. I woke up like 25 times in the middle of the night, and it showed me every single time I woke up. I was like, oh
They
my
actually
God.
have a whole blog on what drinking alcohol does to your sleep. And you sent that to me after, because Marcia, like every morning she'll wake up, we send each other our lumen scores, and she'll send me her aura score as well. And it's fascinating, fascinating. But I remember that day, you're like, send me that blog too. I'm like, holy crap, it was insane.
Yes, alcohol is really, really, like people always think it's great for you. It's healthy. You guys are just healthier ways to be healthy. Alcohol is not the answer. It's bad for your brain. It's bad for function, all kinds of stuff. And I get it. I'm not saying, I'm sober. Like Jackie, obviously sober. She has none of it. Someone like me, I'll do every now and then for a special occasion. I don't do it on the regular like I used to. But again, it's still not good, period. Just FYI, period. It's not good for your sleep. It's not good for your thinking. It actually shrinks the brain. And a tool like Oura Ring could be a tool for you to use to see like your sleep. Because we know we have a lot of clients, women, I feel like especially very social women, it's very hard for them to give up alcohol. And they're like, oh, it's just 1 or 2 glasses. Like, it's not a lot. You don't have to drink a lot. It could just be 1 glass. And I am true testament to having 1 glass in there. And it's like, even 2 is like even worse. Like, it's the worst night of sleep ever. And so there's 2 times where I've had 2 and it was awful. So just, of the Oura Ring, I think I've tracked 3 nights where I've actually had the Oura Ring where I've actually had alcohol. It's not doing me any favors, just FYI. It's not good for my sleep. And here's the thing, it's a catch-22. You may have a good time in the moment, then you don't get crappy sleep. The next day you don't want to work out, then you're eating bad food. And then it's just like this vicious cycle. Remember, I saw this meme. It wasn't a meme. It was a good, healthy meme saying, it's a holiday, like 1 day, not holo weeks, holo months. When you're eating during the holidays, remember, it's a day of eating, not months of feasting and feasting and feasting, because different types of food that you eat disrupt your brain and your sleep. Alcohol, it's a huge sleep disruptor. So you got to really be careful on the sleep situation. That would be number 1 in the book. If you could fix anything, fix your sleep, because I've trained news anchors where they have to get up at 1:32 in the morning and their body's not with a circadian rhythm. They work out, they eat healthy because they have motivation to be on TV, and they were getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And 25 pounds later, they're like, I don't know why I'm gaining weight, and they're struggling. And there's 2 reasons. 1, they're not getting enough sleep. And number 2, I think, in my own personal opinion, I think it has to do with the circadian rhythm because the way they're waking up. Like, people who work the graveyard shift have a harder time losing weight than people who actually get up at 6 and 7 a.m. and have a normal work day. It's hard. And I get it. Sometimes you can't help it with different jobs, or if you're a mom, a new mom, something like that, you're waking up every 2 seconds in the middle of the night with your child. There's certain cases where, you can't really help, right? What can you do? There's those cases you throw your hands in the air. But if you do have control over those, I would say take control of it. Right now, we only have 3 links available. You get $50 off. And what was they get you?
6 months free membership.
6 months free membership. So I have the old ring, which is the Generation 2. They just came out the Generation 3. So if you purchase it now, you have Generation 3. It does.
And the Generation 3 has some really, really cool functionalities in it. So it tracks your sleep, it tracks your activity, and then it also makes recommendations based on how you're sleeping and what exercise. Like, can you push it harder today? Like, it gives a lot of really, really good recommendations. So check it out, literally.
It also tracks your period if you're into tracking your period like I do, because I thought I was going through menopause. It tracks your period, where 2 doesn't do that. Because 2 does everything you just mentioned, 3 does extra stuff. And then it has your period tracker and all the rest of the stuff. It's way worth it, and it's way better. And I want to get the 3 for sure. So my advice, get it now. You get $50 off with the link Jackie has in there. I only have 3 available where you can get $50 off, and you get the 6 months membership for free. So once it's gone, it's gone.
That's right. All right. Now we're moving into supplements. So we just did some biohacking. We have some exercise. We've got all kinds of really good things in here. Now we're moving into supplements. And the first one are the ultimate supplements. Y'all, I love my ultimate supplement. So this is the Ultimate Elixir. It's the evolution of the multivitamin. First of all, before we start our supplement section, Marcy and I, first thing we do is the food that we're eating, predominantly plant-based, like real whole foods, minimize the crap, the processed foods, all that stuff. And then you can complement your diet with some supplements or with some protein powder or whatever, sometimes, right? So you don't want to rely on the supplements. The supplements are not where you're getting the majority of your nutrition. The majority of your nutrition is in your refrigerator, the foods that you're making, the meals that you're eating every day. These supplements are extra, they're a complement to what you're doing. So I literally every morning, I fill this bad boy up. It's about 600 cc's of water, like 2 cups of water. So, you know, we're supposed to have half our body weight in ounces of water. So this is a good start to my day. Fill that up with water. I add in 2 scoops of the Ultimate Elixir, has all kinds of superfoods. One of the things I love about the Live Ultimate supplements is there's no fillers in there. Like it's literally just a superfood. The Ultimate Shrooms, these have 8 different fruiting bodies of mushrooms. A lot of the mushroom products out there are mycelium, and it's basically starch that you're getting. You're not getting the active ingredient. This has all the active ingredients. This also has mushrooms in addition to 24 other superfoods. And then the vitamin C, this is also really good for immune support, but I put 2 scoops in the water, 1 scoop, and then I add in the Ultimate C. So vitamin C, you guys, has been really good. They're talking about vitamin D and vitamin C, especially like with like your immune system and everything that we've been through the past year and a half, that seems like 20 years. But if you guys maybe have heard of like Emergency and some of those other brands, that's basically, I love the way they taste, but you're drinking sugar water. This is legit the best source of vitamin C that you can get outside of the foods that you're eating. And it also has something called amla berry in it. And I've been a huge fan of amla berry. I've heard about amla berry. It's a good source of vitamin C, but it also helps lower your cholesterol. And I learned about the amla berry from Mastering Diabetes, actually. So I literally have all of these in my water every morning, drink it down. I make it for my husband as well. He has his in less water. I need to get him with more water because he's horrible at drinking water, but that's another little thing I'll work on later. But I love, love, love these. They're doing a holiday bundle. You can get the trio for, I think, 20% off. It's on there and I'll post the link momentarily. But I've been taking, they just came out with the C, so I just started taking that. But I've been taking the Elixir and the Shrooms for like 2 years now. And I love them. There's no sweeteners, no fillers. It's vegan, gluten-free, kosher. It has like all the different certifications on there. So love, love, love the Live Ultimate supplements. And next, Form Protein.
Yeah, you was like, what? You go next.
You guys, sorry that we have to hustle because I've got to get on a webinar for Prolon
Yes.
in like 10 minutes. So
so Form Protein, you guys, we have a special going on right now, but we used to do Complement, but I actually like Form now better than Complement. It's all about trying things. There's nothing wrong with Complement. If you still like Complement, because we suggest you by all means still eat it or have it in your smoothie. I actually like Form better. It's really non-tasting, and I like Form because there's no stevia. I'm not a fan of stevia. I can taste it.
And the no flavor one.
Yes, so the no flavor one is the no stevia one. That's the one I use. But if you like that stevia, you like the flavor, they have a vanilla, they have different flavors, and it's super clean. You guys will have to check it out. Jackie did put our link in there, but they have like eco-friendly packaging, and you can use our code Plant Friday to get 20% off. So,
and that one with Form, that actually, oopsie, Form doesn't actually, they're doing theirs starting on Friday, on Black Friday.
Okay.
Sorry.
So is it, the code is Plant Friday and it's available November 26th to November, Monday 30th.
Yes, it starts on Black Friday through Cyber Monday.
Okay, so check that out. And then another fan of mine is Daily Harvest. I like these foods if you're in a pinch. What I like about Daily Harvest, they are whole food ingredients. They're packaged beautifully in eco-friendly materials, and they send it to you. I always add to it. I feel like it's always, I hate to say it, but missing something like the smoothie. I will add more greens or more healthy fat or some, protein powder, like the Form protein I'll put in there. And then, like the bowls, I add extra chickpeas or extra black beans or even tofu. I had a little curry one. I added those little curry nuggets too. So just FYI, guys, you can always add to it, but it's good for those times when you're in a pinch and it's healthy in a hurry, right? So
these are also really nice that you can take them to work. Like if you need to take something healthy to work, this is a really good option. But I also love like maybe take a little bit extra because some of them are very low in calories. Very first time I had it, it was at my mom's. My mom orders it, my sister orders it, I've ordered it, I've got clients that order it. I like everything that they offer because it's all whole foods and it's like really well made. But I'm like you, I'm gonna add to it.
Yeah, super clean. So you'll have to check that out. Jackie had put her code there, and if you purchase it, you'll save $35 off your first order. So we love Daily Harvest. It's great for healthy in a hurry. And then the last one I wanted to talk about is, we have a bunch to talk about, but I guess we can talk about one more, but Sapiens, no alcohol. If you're really trying to, remember we're talking about the alcohol situation with sleep, and just trying to lose weight in general. If you're trying to get off alcohol, that way you can be healthy without the hangover. I love 2 different wines. Sapiens is my number 1, and it's real rosé. If you just took out the alcohol, it tastes just like rosé. There's no buzz or hangover or anything that comes with it, but it does taste like it, and it's pretty tasty. And then Shirley is the other one, and they have a white wine, and that's really good. It's real wine, and they take out the alcohol. They found a way to de-alcoholize the product. And I don't know how, I read the whole thing. I can't remember how it's done. You'll have to go check it out. But we do have a code on Sapiens. You guys, it's not juice, and it's really real vegan. And then they have 70% less calories as well. So think about drinking.
Which is really, really huge because a lot of times people, they're like, you are enjoying the holidays, you're having so much fun, you're eating pretty healthy, but maybe you're having a couple extra cocktails. And that's where a lot of calories can come in. So when I didn't realize that Sapiens, because a lot of even these non-alcoholic beverages, they're still super loaded with calories and sugar. I was really, really surprised because I was doing some research on this stuff last night or yesterday, and it's 70% less calories than a regular rosé for the Sapiens. And that's the other one, the Shirley.
This is Shirley, and it's real alcohol, just alcohol removed. And then sometimes I'm like craving something. It's not really like I want to drink or whatever nowadays because it's very few and far between, but it's almost like a fun drink for me to have. And then I will put it in a wine glass and just drink it, So they also have the small bottles on Sapiens. I love the rosé. It's my favorite. I've had the red wine, not a fan of it. So just being honest, if you're a red wine fan, it didn't make a cut for me. And I used to love red wine. I can't drink it anymore, but the rosé is great. But if you enter Marcia 10, you'll get 10% off when you check out. And I think they might be having a special for Black Friday. I have not checked into it yet, but if they do, you'll save an additional 10% off with Marcia 10. So,
which is huge. And you guys, we have to wrap it up, but please do write in your goals for the week and cheer each other on when you guys see people posting about their goals, because that's what we're here about in the Plant Chicks Tribe. But we've got 2 more Black Friday specials. Check out our blog, but these are the 2 business options that we have. Kajabi, this is where we hold everything. This is where we send out our emails. This is what our website, our email website, our podcast that we'll be launching in the near future, the programs, our Plant Chicks Lifestyle, like everything we house in Kajabi. And we have a code where you can try it for 30 days. So for our business-minded Plant Chicks, y'all need to get on this platform. Please use our code. You're helping our small business when you do that. And then the last one is the Adrienne Brown-Villa, his affiliate marketing boot camp that Marcia took. She absolutely loves. And you guys literally, so when we find brands that we love, when we find like the Live Ultimate, I love these supplements. I found them because I loved what they were doing. We got an affiliate code with them. Everything that we talked about today, we first fell in love with. And after we fell in love with it by using it, experiencing it, we ended up getting an affiliate marketing link. So this is a prime example of what affiliate marketing is. Even if you don't have your own business, if you want to try and start something on the side, do a little side hustle, this Adrienne Brambilla affiliate marketing bootcamp is really, really good. And Marcy, if you want to say a couple words about that before we close up.
No, it's very educational. So if you're looking to, if you have an affiliate link, like we have lots of affiliate links, it really tells you how to, like, you can leverage it, how to make more money instead of just sharing it with your friends and family type of thing. Because at the end of the day, Adrienne Brambilla made over 10 figures with affiliate links. You guys, he's mastered it. He's the master of affiliate links. And that's why I wanted to join his program, just to see how I could leverage it, make some more money. Because, you know, say we're promoting these brand that we love, and then we trust people that say, hey, oh my gosh, it's such a great product. Oh, who's your hair guy? Oh, that's a cute top. Where do you get that from? And there's nothing wrong with making a little bit of money from that. We suggest things to our, you know, people that we love all the time. Why not make, you know, make a little additional income from it? Some of it will make you a lot of money, and some of it may not make you hardly any money. But at the end of the day, it really helps you leverage that and, you know, be smart about these affiliate links.
That's right. So if you've got any questions, comment below and let us know what questions you have. We've got all the links, we've got all the descriptions written in our blog. Check it out. Subscribe to our newsletter if you're not already receiving it. And y'all, make sure you let us know, what are your goals this week? We love you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. And we can't wait to hear what your goals are.
Bye, guys. See you soon.
Bye, guys.